And that's what made vlog, amazing American magician, one of the best magicians in America ever, seriously. His name is Lance Burton, okay, he was a star of Tropicana Hotel Las Vegas in the 1980s, okay, seriously, amazing magician. And he was like one of the biggies, along with Copperfield, along with Siegfried and Roy, a real big magician, okay, American kind of show business, okay. The Elvis Presley magic in a way, they say, seriously, beautiful doves, that kind of stuff, the real dove magician. So sit back, relax for a couple of minutes while I sit and vlog, an amazing classic American magician again, the great star of Las Vegas, Lance Burton. Here we're gonna go. And of course, through the 1970s, Lance Burton became a very big American magician, seriously. And he came on various shows and Johnny Carson shows in America. And during the 1980s, he became one of the big stars of Las Vegas kind of circuit of magicians, seriously. Performing in the 1980s at the Tropicana Hotel, Las Vegas, one of the biggest and most prestigious hotels in Las Vegas back in the 1980s, seriously. Now, he was kind of known as the Elvis Presley magic, seriously, because he had the kind of Elvis Presley kind of face, you know, beautiful hair, Elvis Presley kind of face, you know, the kind of stubble kind of stuff, or no stubble at all. Creating kind of face, you know, beautiful kind of like, I'm watching TV, kind of like really kind of beautiful kind of suits, tuxedos, and really kind of jackets and shirts kind of stuff. Really beautiful magician, seriously, okay. And watching him now on television is so beautiful. Now, the thing about him is, okay, he's the Elvis Presley magic in a certain way. Well, Copperfield was good looking, other people were good looking, seriously, of course. But Lance Burton, okay, was actually a good looking magician. The Elvis Presley magic, as I say, basically back in the day, really. I want to look quickly at some of the bits of Lance Burton, because he was really a great magician. Now, he was known for the Dove Act, okay. The Dove Act was very influenced by the 1960 magician called Channing Pollock. Now, Channing Pollock, is his name, seriously, Channing Pollock, okay, was a big American magician. He appeared, I think, some big shows in America back in the 1960s, okay. And he actually appeared like with, I think, with artists like the Beatles, actually, seriously, in American television. And so Johnny Carson show and shows like that kind of brought Channing Pollock to the fore. Channing Pollock was a prestigious, really pioneering magician. He was the first magician to really do doves, okay, make doves appear from all kinds of handkerchiefs, that kind of stuff, make doves disappear, kind of stuff, you know. And of course, dove magicians became kind of de rigueur in the 80s and 90s, didn't they, in television, particularly in America. And so Lance Burton in the 1970s became a young magician, came really well, really big, won some really big awards, okay. Became a really beautiful dove artist, really. Some of the best dove artistry of all time. And dove's really beautiful kind of magic, seriously, you know, if you see dove routines. So back in the 1980s, Lance Burton became the ultimate kind of dove artist, really, you know what I mean? And became kind of the most exquisite dove artist of all time in many ways. Probably in some ways even better than Channing Pollock, I would say, in some ways, seriously. Now, of course, Lance Burton's routine really comprised mainly of beautiful things like he'd get a kind of like a glove of his hand, put the glove of his hand, throw it in the air and it turned into a dove, you know, right in front of your eyes. He waves silks around, silks would turn into candles, candles would catch fire and disappear entirely. He makes things float in the air, you know, fire would appear, you know, that kind of stuff as usual. And he did the most beautiful production of doves. He would take the handkerchief, tie it in knots, and two doves would appear, dove would disappear, dove would fly up and appear on top of a lamppost next to him on stage, kind of thing, you know, very beautiful stuff, so beautiful artistry. The way he held himself, you see the way he looked, his face, he had beautiful artistry, the looks, he had the chemistry with the audience, the exquisite kind of handling with his body, the style, the body language, so beautiful, kind of came together in a beautiful kind of routine, which looked really exquisite. And even watching it now on television, performance of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, very beautiful piece of classical music. The illusion and this persona comes across so well, seriously, looking at it right now. Cigarettes disappear as well, looking at it. And the wonderful final, there's also beautiful productions of cars, a la Channing Pollock and other magicians, producing cars at your fingertips. Fans of cars appear, fans of cars disappear, reappear, disappear, very beautifully. And the routine kind of ends really, again, really beautiful. I'll show you right now in a minute. The routine ends very beautifully, where he actually kind of like gets, you know, kind of like two big fancy cars appear from nowhere, and then two doves appear on top of the fancy cars, and they fly up and appear on top, and they fly up to the top of a lamppost next to him. It's a really beautifully done show. Now, it's exquisite magic, okay? I love the way he holds himself, the way he looks, his face, his hair. He does everything so immaculately. He really is Elvis Presley magic, seriously, okay? So sit back, relax a couple of minutes and watch a bit of the amazing artistry, beautiful kind of talent, the direction, the style, cards, candles, silks, doves, you know what I mean? Pure artistry, pure fine handling of props, materials, the way he stands, his persona, his body language, the whole thing comes together in a beautiful package. So sit back, relax for 5 minutes and watch highlights of the classic from 1980s routine of the great Lance Burton, the star of Tropicana Las Vegas. Here we're going to go. that, seriously. Isn't it amazing? It's so stuff, basic stuff, seriously, isn't it? I mean, watching it now, I can't believe how good it is, seriously. And I remember seeing it when I was like 12 years old on television. Okay, so I met Lance Burton. I went to Las Vegas, went to the team, I think from Tropicana in 1993. Went to see him backstage, and he was there. He said to me, he was wearing his makeup. He looked really, really great on stage. When I went backstage actually to meet him, I said, hi, I'm Mike from United Kingdom, you know, I'm English, I want to learn magic kind of stuff, you know, I want to see Siegfried and Roy show and all that stuff. And he was really impressed. He said to me, do you know Paul Daniels? He said to me, I said, yeah. I said, Paul Daniels is your guy, isn't he? That's what he said. Remember telling me that, seriously. Paul Daniels was a big British magician back in the 1990s. So anyway, basically, at the end of all that, basically, anyway, I met him, shook his hand and went away. I went close up, he was very made up actually, close up, very made up, a lot of makeup on his face, pasted with makeup, wasn't that good looking. But from the stage he looked really terrific, seriously, like a real good looking guy, you know, with his black hair and everything else. Very suave guy. The show he did in Las Vegas was really beautiful. The show was really nice actually, it was full of a kind of low budget kind of magic. It wasn't a Siegfried and Roy spectacle, it wasn't a Copperfield spectacle, but it was a really great magic show he was doing back in the 1990s there. And he's gone on to do many shows since then actually. Now I'm going to show another amazing piece of magic here from the show actually from that kind of period. Here's a show from the 1980s again, and the high point of his career, I think. He's still doing Magic Day, by the way, as I say, he's on YouTube doing shows. But back in the 80s, he did appear on the Paul Daniels show in the UK again, performing again some beautiful stuff. He performs a beautiful trick with a sword, right? And he gets a pack of cards, card chosen, okay, throws the cards in the air and stabs the cards with the sword, and then stabs the card that's chosen on the end of the sword. It's amazing, okay? Literally, he stabs the card that chose on the end of the sword by just throwing the sword in the air, basically, stabbing the card. It's that good, seriously. So check this out now. Sit back, relax, and watch a very short bit of film from YouTube again. I'm as sources for you, especially. I always give you the highlights, don't I? So here's a bit of a source of good old Lance Burton performing the amazing card stab with the blade. Here we go. Check this out. It's really, really amazing. Very good trick he was doing back in the day as well. I did it on stage when I saw him on stage back in Las Vegas in 1993 when I was in Vegas. Lucky got to see him, wasn't I? But he did an amazing performance where he actually went on and did a kind of thing where a guy appears on stage with a mask on, and he has a kind of like fight with a masked guy. You know, the masked man fights him with the sword, and they have a massive sword fight kind of thing. And then basically they jump on top of a table, start clashing and fighting with the swords, all right. And then the razor and I think good old Lance Burton like gets down on the table, pulls a sheet over himself, and the masked man gets this sword and stabs him with the sword, basically stabs the Lance with the sword, and Lance Burton disappears entirely in a flash of smoke. Really, okay. The masked man walks forward, okay, and pulls his mask off. The masked man is Lance Burton. Weird, isn't it? Like a body transmission kind of thing. Seriously, it's really weird. Suddenly he's fighting the guy with the mask, right? And suddenly Lance Burton disappears and turns into the man with the mask. It's really beautiful transposition of bodies. Beautiful, seriously, really good, seriously. So check this out again now. This is the Lance Burton classic sword fight routine. Okay, it's hard to describe. Best for me to let you sit back and watch this for a minute or so. Here's the classic bit of Lance Burton back in the 1980s and 1990s performing the amazing masked man sword fight. Here we're gonna go. Check this out. It's amazing. say, quite amazingly, to 5 million people, okay, this show in Las Vegas, seriously. In 2010, he ended his 31-year Vegas show. So he performed in Las Vegas for 31 years, seriously, amazing, isn't it? Over 500,000 people, it says here, 5 million people, it says, actually performed to. So basically, my people performed to, didn't he? The Lance Burton's really been a big magician, born in 1960, okay, so it means he actually is only about 60 years old, amazing, isn't it? Seriously, that's good stuff, isn't it? So there's some facts about Lance Burton. Of course, he's still performed today, of course, you say. There you are, performed to 5 million people. And he ended his 31-year run in Las Vegas in 2010, it says here. Amazing, isn't it, seriously? Born in Columbia, Kentucky, obviously went on to become one of the biggest magicians in American history, seriously, and one you should check out. So I say, last one did perform for Royal Variety performance back in the 1980s, actually. I think he won many awards in America as well, as one of the premier magicians in America, seriously. I think he did some TV shows as well, didn't he, back in the 1990s. So he became quite a big star. He wasn't a big star of the star heights, Copperfield or Siegfried and Roy kind of star, but he was a really great star, seriously. Along with some of the best magicians of the era, Johnny Ball, Ricky Jay, you know what I mean, Doug Henning and David Copperfield and Siegfried, all these kind of magicians. He was really one of the best magicians of the era, seriously, and a beautiful kind of persona, the way he looked, the Elvis Presley-ish image and everything else was terrific, wasn't it, of lots, but seriously. So you want to check out magic now? I can help you, I say, learn magic, or go on YouTube to find magic for yourself, to learn about magic, you know, whether it's Jack Bride, whether it's David Copperfield, whether it's Lance Burton, whatever kind of magicians there are, whether it's Dynamo, whatever they blame. It's always good to, like, you know, get on YouTube and find these magicians, seriously. So I've got my channel, and I can help you to source magic that's classic by, you know, helping you out and tell you where to look, okay? So remember to subscribe to my channel and help me out, seriously. Would you like very much indeed, seriously? Lance Burton's a very great magician. I've kind of met him in 1903, 30 years ago. I met him. I'm really glad I met him, seriously, okay? He's got a better talent than I've got, I think. My talent's getting there, isn't it? I'm getting suntan right now in the sunshine, okay? I'm off to London again very shortly to do some editing for the videos of my office in London, doing my editing up there at WeWork. And I want to say thanks to WeWork helping me edit the videos up there. Much appreciated, Dave, for helping the videos on my channel, Magicalmike 122. Remember, please subscribe, okay? Please subscribe, help me out channel. Please subscribe, help me out channel, please do, okay? Please all click links below for 110 or so videos of magic I've done myself, okay? My channel, Magic Chat Illusion, so also Siegfried. So please do click the links below for more videos on my channel. Seriously, please do, help me out channel, please do, okay? I really appreciate that. Can you do that? So let's say, look after yourselves in another few days or so, seriously, okay? We're going to get COVID-19 jab, please do, okay? And remember, please hit subscribe, help me out, please do, okay? And see you again very soon, okay? For some more magic and chat and illusions. See you later on. Bye for now.